Greetings this Halloween. Just not long in from work, and it's just something just suddenly dawned on me that I'm 42, and I've just seen someone's post there which said it's been 30 years ago today since Lennox Lewis knocked out Donovan Razor Ruddock. That was a poignant night in my life, not because of that fight, which I did watch as a young 12-year-old boy, but because what I watched before it. So there was a programme on by the BBC, Sarah Green and her husband, and it was called Ghostwatch, and it was absolutely horrifying. The BBC got many reports, many complaints for it. I mean, it had the nation in absolute fear. I slept in my siblings' bed for about a year afterwards, and not seriously, it was horrific. It was, it was kind of done as a spoof, but no one knew that. And looking back then, oh man, it was so hard to get over as a young boy, 12-year-old. So it's just kind of daunted on me that was 30 years ago tonight. Leave your comments below. Was there anyone else traumatised? Anyone else? Can you remember? It was called Ghostwatch. It was on the BBC. Yeah, the most scariest thing. I've actually tried to watch it in the last couple of weeks. And it's not on YouTube because I think there's a little bit like clips on it, but it was that scary it was banned. So I just wondered what your takes were on it, on this. I love Halloween. I'm a Halloween person. My favourite time of the year, that like autumn, Halloween, bonfire night, and then of course you get Christmas and New Year. I'm not a summer person. I prefer the cold. I'm a bit of a weirdo. I love Halloween. Halloween parties, love dressing up and all that. I didn't bother this year because it's too early in my recovery. I'm only 6 weeks and 1 day in, and I would have probably fell off the wagon again, so I didn't bother going. But yeah, Halloween is just such a special time. Bizarre, really, because you let your kids go out to strangers' houses begging for money or sweets, and it's an evening basically where we all worship the devil. So it's quite a surreal. It's bigger in America, isn't it? But as I said, I'm just as weird as it gets. So I've always loved Halloween, dressing up. I probably would have went as Jeffrey Dahmer this year. I've dressed up as the Bay Harbour Butcher, Jack the Ripper, lots of different things. It's just a perfect time where you can be really silly, isn't it? Big shout out to Danny Christie. He's inspired me. I seen him a couple of weeks back with his 6-month chip, and my life was a car crash, and I thought, I want to be like you. Paul Venice has spoken to me about recovery, and I'd get it right, and then my head would completely fall off 2 or 3 times a year. But this time, 6 weeks and 1 day, 43 days ago, I thought, I'm sick of being this way, because I couldn't be trusted to go to the ice cream van without something bad happening. I'd go out and end up fighting or making just a total cock of myself. So I'm on the right path. Big thank you to Paul Venice. Big thank you to Danny Christie. I did it 6 years ago, where I gave up drinking for 18 weeks, and then I started taking prescription drugs, like painkillers, codeine, cocodamol, and all that. And this time I just basically just done nothing. I haven't missed it. Never wanted it. Probably become a bit of a what's the word? Recluse, bit of an extra Billy, a proper hermit, but I don't really even like the people I like, so I quite like that. Do you know what I mean? I quite like hanging around with my dogs and staying in and watching films and all that. So I'm not cocking up anymore. So big thank you, big love, Danny Christie. Big thank you, Paul Venice. You absolute scruffy ginger meth. Yeah, I never ever thought I would have done it. Didn't even know what it was till you told me 2 years ago, Paul. You said you need an A. Shut up, man. I'm all right. And a few car crashes down the line. I've never been in a better place. Apart from this Captain Bird's Eye beard. And yeah, do you know what? I've actually got to the point now where I've started looking like Saddam Hussein when they pulled him out with his bunker. So, but yeah, anyway, have a great Halloween evening, people. All the haters, yeah, do you know what? I don't mind. Thank you for watching. So I'm cool with that. If you want to leave me a bit of abuse as well, I'm in a really good place. The books I'm gonna get. You know, I was prolific anyway, but I'm just going to that other level now where I don't have a hangover a few times a week. So I'm just, coming in from going to work and then I'm working. So I've changed all my bad habits. I'm still an addict, but I've swapped doing stupid things. Cause I'm 42 now as well. I know I don't look it. I'm going to be a granddad next year as well. That's coming up in a couple of months. So I needed to just get at that point where I'm fat, middle-aged, 42, going on 82. And NA, Narcotics Anonymous, has provided that I couldn't stop doing stupid things. I could be good for months, and eventually I would have cocked up somewhere down. I would have been 50, 55, 60, and I'm going to meetings regularly. And when I'm not at meetings, I'm watching Russell Brand or I'm watching documentaries. So I've swapped all that stupid crap that I was involved with for just normality. Big shout out to Gary Hutton. Gary is Mr. East End, Mr. Whitechapel. He's like something which has just walked off a set of Oliver Twist. He's so cockney it hurts. Gary, he was there for me in Whitechapel when my head fell off completely. And in 2 years' time, when I'm completely there with sobriety, and I'm really, I'm not, I was going to say home and dry, but you never are home and dry. I'll always be an addict, and it's like success. You need working on it every day, and the rent is due every day. So a big shout out to Gary Hutton, Mr. Product of a Postcode. I've kind of used him as a mentor. I'm a bit like David Attenborough when he studies the gorillas. Gary, I'm going to start reading his book tonight, Product of a Postcode. So big thank you, Paul Venice, Danny Christie, and Gary Hutton. And yeah, I've got typing to do. And if anyone, now seriously, the point of this video was Ghostwatch. So if there's anyone who hasn't watched that, if you try and have a look at it, Google Ghostwatch. And if there's anyone who did watch it, listen, it was the talk of the nation 30 years ago tonight. Lennox Lewis knocked out Donovan Razor-Ruddock in 2 rounds. Yeah, and it's like 30 years ago. You know, where's the time gone? So big love, people. God bless, and have a marvellous, wonderful, happy Halloween. Lights off and stand still in the dark, avoiding the door. No. I know some people who do that though. But yeah. Anyway, big love, people. God bless.